and now I'm putting my shoes back on. Is that turning you on? I'm bad at this. It's my first day. Sorry. Hey, I gotta go. I'm doing a podcast. Hey guys, Adam Ray here. Sorry, I'm a phone sex operator on the weekends. This weekend, I'm going to be in Denver, Colorado, baby, at Comedy Works downtown, May 26th through the 28th. I'm fired up. I love this club. It's one of the best clubs in the country. Tickets are running out. Go to comedyworks.com or adamraycomedy.com. May 26th through the 28th. I got some musical special guests. It's going to be a blast. Come out and see us. Downtown Comedy Works this weekend. And then, the weekend after, June 3rd and 4th, I'm going to be in San Diego, California at the new Mic Drop Comedy Club. Come out and see me there. It's a new club. My boy Casey has created a fun new spot in SD. So come out and giggle with us. It's going to be a fucking blast. Of course, Young Rock, Tuesdays on NBC at 8. Gaslit on Sundays at Stars, Pam and Tommy on Hulu, and, a bunch more tour dates are getting added. Check all those out at adamraycomedy.com, where you can also get my merch and subscribe to the podcast. Comment on the YouTube page, comment on the iTunes page. Tell us what you liked, what you loved, and follow me on Instagram at adamraycomedy and the podcast at ALN Podcast, and enjoy the fuck out of today's episode with my dude, Impractical Joker star, now stand-up comedy beast. He's on his big national theater tour. You know him from his podcast, Taste Buds and Hey Babe. The one and only, the man, Sal Vulcano.
Hey, it's Herbert. And you're listening to the About Last Night podcast, you slippery little son of a bitch. About last night.
I'll tell you what I like about Liquid Death, and this is the first time I'm having it.
Yeah.
I eliminate plastics, as much as I can.
They donate 10% of their money to anti-plastic.
Okay.
shit.
There you go. If you weren't hard already.
Yeah.
I love me a good company that is also environmentally sound.
Yeah, reduce your carbon footprint. In this day and age?
Hey, man.
Like, it makes me wonder what Taco Bell or even Subway, who, is always under fire, I feel like.
Yeah.
Did you hear Subway, not even a month ago, had to put a website out that was debunking the claims that their tuna isn't tuna?
I didn't see they had to put a website. I remember when people were saying it's not really tuna.
Yeah.
And then they were like, yes, it is. Oh, then people were like, no, it's like a bunch of fish or something like that.
Yeah,
Or like,
it's playing the part of tuna. And then the bread is like yoga mats. Have you heard that one?
Yeah, I heard that too. It has a synthetic in it or something like that.
Yeah.
Is it true? Is it not true?
I'm assuming so. I assume, though, that you guys haven't done Taste Buds, you and Joe DeRosa's pod. You guys haven't broken down, franchise fast food sandwiches, have you?
No, we do. We've done franchises against each other and certain menu items against each other,
Yeah.
but we haven't really gone. Subway has not been in, because the thing is, it gets a little tricky the more we do it, because we like to do ones that we really feel passionate about.
Yeah.
And I like, if he's choosing one that I really don't like, that's great. Or if I'm choosing one that I really like, it's great, but then if it's like, do you like Subway? I'm like, nah. You like Subway? Nah. So no one's going to defend Subway.
Yeah, you need both sides of the coin.
Yeah, and then sometimes when we do that, just because it's like, all right, we need a topic, then it's like, it doesn't, the fire's not there.
Subway, when they had the $5 footlongs,
Yeah.
good. But now it's like $12 for a sandwich. Why would anyone choose Subway?
And you know what I think? I think that campaign was so strong that people still think it's $5 footlongs.
Whoa.
I would. Why would they change that?
Why would they change that?
I wouldn't know it was a promotion. I just thought it was the norm and it was advertising.
Imagine being the sad piece of shit that walks in there and goes, I'll take one of your $5 footlongs. And the guy goes, what is it, 2004?
Right.
And he's like, what?
Right.
And they're like, dude, that's $9 now.
That's crazy.
Do you leave or do you stay because you're already in?
It doesn't have the same ring. $12. $12 footlong.
And then, of course, Jared.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Talk about
that
football.
Talk about a guy that, talk about the worst choice of mascot.
He's in jail, right? Still?
Yeah.
This is why
He's
he's
gone forever.
You can't get people mascots. Have we heard any
you're
lawsuits with the Jack in the Box guy?
Right. You're 100% correct.
Ronald McDonald. Seems like he's skating away scot-free on most of his...
Good point.
Well, knock on wood, God bless him, and I love him. Gilbert he got canceled as a duck.
Yeah.
But that's what you want from him, you know. Like,
Which is
for us, that's what we wanted from him.
Which is so funny, but I mean, shitty. When I heard that, my head immediately went to like, oh man, like what a chunk of change he lost.
But that's such bullshit. That was before this whole like, don't support him, cancel everything.
Yeah.
Like they didn't look at his body of work for the 30 years prior.
You know what you were getting?
Yeah.
I know. You didn't see The Aristocrats before you hired him to voice the duck?
I love it. Jared. So he got convicted.
I believe
and
so.
he's got to be away. Like, there's no like, oh, he's getting out on good. Like he did something.
I think he's locked away for a while.
It
was all child pornography.
Was it a distinction? Yeah, okay, so it wasn't like he was an offend. Like he wasn't. Like,
I think it was one of the things where they found his laptop
and it was just like
filled with just
Right.
the wrong types of goodies.
that is what a fall from grace. And also, did Subway? What was the messaging they put out?
Right after?
Did they touch that or no?
Hey.
Nope, no pun.
Yeah. Pun. You know what? Pun.
Pun.
I mean, it seems like if you're any competing sandwich franchise,
Yeah.
like Togo's. Have you ever had Togo's?
No, but I think I know what that is. That's out here though. I think.
Yeah, it's like
it's not two go.
people often mistake it for that.
Okay.
I once said to a guy, he goes, "You want it for here or to go?" I go, "I'll take it to go," and he went. Just trying to make a joke with your sign. With you, yeah. I've heard it all, man. No, Togo's.
They should have went in hard.
Just say, hey, nobody's fucking kids over here. Togo's.
That's it. Ham is flying off the shelves. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I would if I was Subway. I would have got the CEO and just literally been on commercial and been like, "Come on, how would we? Come on." Come on, guys.
Look at him. How are we supposed to? Yeah. It was big and now he's small. He was dude, and he was touring. Jared like went on these like, I'd see him at like in elementary schools, like holding up pants, being like, fucking.
Yeah, now he's holding up like the black and white striped prison pants.
Oh yeah,
like he's holding them up against him.
If they ever do a Lifetime original movie, which they will on that guy,
there's got to be one, right?
Who's playing him?
That's
Who's
a
playing
crazy
Jared?
story.
Let's cast it up. I don't know the other characters because I don't know the story.
Yeah,
but like, there's probably a guy that like, you know, the cop that confiscated the laptop. That's got to be Kevin Bacon.
He would be wonderful in that role.
But Bacon wouldn't do Lifetime, would he?
These days, I don't know.
Great follow up. These days,
I don't know.
And that's what the agent says.
I feel like the Bacon Brothers are a thing too.
What?
They're musicians. They're a band called the Bacon Brothers.
That's right. Didn't know he had. I didn't know there were more Bacons.
Oh yeah.
By the way, that should be the name of some documentary about the Bacon family.
Right.
And it's like maybe it's Wahlbergs versus Bacons.
Yeah. Who else is Bacon? Is Bacon his real name?
Kevin?
Yeah. No. Who else?
It can't be.
Why?
By the way, yeah. What other Bacon is there?
Because I've never heard of a person with the last name Bacon
Actually,
ever.
I went to college with a girl named Emily Bacon. It could be real.
No
By
way.
the way, fake. She changed her name because of the Kevin Bacon phenomenon.
Could be. You never
She
know.
heard Footloose was as popular as it. Right? Bacon was in Footloose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was
Can't believe I said that with a question.
Just like you said, Kevin.
Yeah.
You don't know. Bacon confuses you.
Top 3 Kevins, real quick. Sorry, we're going on a tangent, but give me the top 3 Kevins.
Sure. Like
in anything.
McAllister has got to be up there.
Awesome. That was going to be my top 3.
And I'll tell you what, no joke. When we were casting Jared, I was just about to say I don't know if he's too old, but Kevin James has the look.
Ooh.
His hair is kind of like him a little bit.
Put some glasses on him.
Yeah. And he's got, he's a little bit of a what do you call that?
Thicker dude.
Yeah, he has a man. Today
he's got the size.
I've been talking all day, and you ever have a day because I've been running myself, and where you can't call up just simple. Where your brain's like, he's stocky, is what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
And I couldn't get it.
This isn't. By the way, you have nothing to apologize for.
Yeah.
How often are you saying stocky in your day to day?
I usually say it.
You
but
do. That's a go-to. Okay.
No, I don't say it. No. Yeah, I don't know. Today I'm having that day where it's like, oh my god, I'm burnt.
You don't seem like it.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll take that.
You're here in LA. You just did a sold out Wilton show last night. All right.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
It's a big fucking deal. And I know you're humble, modest, Vulcano always, but that's a huge fucking deal, dude.
I know, and I'm
first big solo LA show at a historic venue.
Yeah.
Arguably one of the best venues in LA. It's when I was going to college out here, I would go to shows there. I saw Ben Folds and William Shatner there. That was the first show I ever saw there.
Whoa.
It was unbelievable. And to me, and I put that
together?
venue Yeah, it was Ben Folds, but Shatner was like up in the little the
Stocky?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he called him out and they did a bit, and then he came down and he came on stage and like sang a few songs with Ben Folds.
Okay.
It was incredible. And yeah. Wow. I don't know that I mean the venue, do you know any of the history? I feel like it's been
People
around.
were rattling them off to me yesterday.
Okay, great.
I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, I know that it's historic, but I don't know all the
Yeah.
You know.
It's been a week because last week was my first New York proper headline.
Yes.
So my family had never seen me before because I've only been on the road. And so it was like the first time they saw me for like one time. We got off a cruise, the Joker's cruise in New Orleans, and I had booked a show and I got, what is it, laryngitis when you can't speak?
I think so.
Gingivitis?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gingivitis or laryngitis.
Yeah.
Always getting mixed up.
I came out the cruise, I had sick gingivitis. And
laryngitis hates, by the way, that they're in the same
I know.
conversation. Is like, dude, it's obviously the voice has nothing to do with.
It's mouth related.
There it is, and that's the misconception.
Yeah.
And that's when laryngitis hears that and goes, all right, fine.
That's it. You ever have it?
Both, yeah.
Is laryngitis? I don't know if I had it. I lost my voice. I don't know if that's laryngitis. I lost my voice, and I had sold the show, so I got a bunch of comics from the cruise to jump on with me, and then I got to the Joy Theater. I got to the Joy Theater, and I had no voice. Like nothing.
Panicking.
Nothing would come out, and I was one day after I got off the boat, and I kept saying, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like in my head, I wasn't saying it because I couldn't. And I. Up at showtime, I got there. When I would try to speak, it was the only time it ever happened in my life. I would try to speak and voice wouldn't come out. And the show started. Right? So I was like, what are we going to do? So I got the comics. I got Nate, I think, jumped on me, Bert, Giannis, and like Cypher was like.
I mean, amazing show you just filled
Yeah,
out.
they were. Yeah. And I was going to come on, and I was like just biding time. And I was
try to get something
back.
back.
I was honey, tea, lozenges, all this stuff. And you know Yamanika Saunders?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Yama was on that cruise with us, and she was there. And literally, she was in the back, and she's like, just sit down. And she just starts rubbing my throat, and she starts praying. I'm not kidding around. She's praying out loud. Love her. So she's like, please do this. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I don't know if really the prayer's going to work. Because if the lemon's not working, and honey,
Yeah,
I don't
the
know.
lemon. I'm usually going lemon over prayer.
Yeah,
but, you
Jesus
know.
has bigger fish. So... And then she just kept rubbing me. And then by the time I was about to come on, I could do this. And I had nothing. And she got it there. And then I went out and I said, so I lost my voice on the cruise. I was literally talking like this on the mic. And I said, I wouldn't listen to this if I was you. I said, but I don't want to let you guys down. So do you guys want me to do a show like this? And they just said, of course.
They went fucking
nuts. And then I did 30 minutes talking like this. I
And?
swear to God. It was fine. It was good.
Yeah.
They were, but it wasn't like, because I couldn't even put any English on anything. I couldn't I couldn't really accentuate. I couldn't enunciate.
What an interesting way to gauge, and that's not the way to gauge your material or anything, because if you can't
They
put
laughed. It's just that I couldn't give a performance because
Right.
if I went too much, it would go. So I had to just very measured talking. So I mean, the jokes were there, but it was
It was fine. He had to refund half the audience. Totally fine.
So that's the first time. So they saw me last week at the Beacon, which was I guess that's our equivalent, maybe
1,000%.
Yeah.
That venue's incredible. Was that okay? So that was the first. So this tour, this isn't the first full stand-up Sal tour, is it?
No, it's my first theater run. I did clubs, theater mix, mostly clubs.
Yeah.
Because I just wanted, it was like a new, I just wanted a lot of reps, and I just I still also do a club if I want or have to.
Yeah.
But this was like a long time coming. I wanted to do a full 60 cities, and then it got canceled because of COVID and postponed, then canceled. So this is my full real first theater run.
What? Oh, so was the New York Beacon show the beginning of? No.
I'm at 2/3 through or more.
Wow.
Yeah.
But that show's extra special because that's family coming out to see you for the first time.
Yeah. I had 60 guests.
Oh.
It was their friends. It was family. All my team came out because it was such a big show.
Do you like that, or is that added pressure to the whole night?
It's both.
Yeah.
I like it. I mean, I'd rather have people there than not.
Why are we doing this if we can't share it, right?
Yeah. I mean, I'm also, there's 60 other shows that I'm alone in
Yes.
Iowa.
Yeah. I know it's either one or the other, right? It's either everyone comes out. There's never a show where it's just 2 people from your math class in 8th grade.
No. It's overwhelming, though. It can be.
Yeah.
Especially that day. Everyone's like, where is it? What time is it?
When will that
not
5
o'clock.
be a thing?
5 o'clock. They're like,
5 minutes before. I can't find parking.
Yeah. And I'm like, I'm in the back.
Where's my seat?
Yeah.
Can I sit with you? I'm performing. That's fine. I'll sit behind you. What? Fuck, dude.
Yeah, man.
Did you, was the ovation, could you feel extra just being in New, I mean, like break that down
You
for
never
me.
know.
I don't want to skip over that because that is for being an authentic New Yorker and just I'm sure you went to the Beacon for shows, right?
Tons.
So, I mean, you're even just being there
Tons.
pre-show. Are you just like having flashbacks of
Yeah.
like, I saw fucking Mario Lopez do a one-man show. I don't know who you
saw
but yeah. What was it called? What was it called?
Extra. I don't know.
Dimple this. Just like it's a show respond to all the hate that he gets on Reddit. He gets no hate. Who are we kidding?
Does he get hate? I don't know.
Nobody doesn't
met
like
him.
Mario Lopez.
I met him at I got to go to Mardi Gras. Harry Connick invited us, and he gave us our own float, and his grand parade.
Oh
And
yeah, he's like the
there's I didn't know this. I thought it was one parade. I never went. And there's parades for like weeks, and then the dead last parade. The last there's like 5 or 6 main huge parades.
Yeah.
And then he's the biggest of the big. And so he got us on a float. It was surreal. So I was a huge Harry Connick fan growing up.
Love him.
From like 1992. I was like taking driver's ed, like putting his cassette in the thing. And then I have like 30 of his albums. And then I did his daytime talk show, and we hit it off. And I told him, and I knew all his band there and everything. I mean, I was a fan.
Holy shit.
And then
Did he love that?
He saw that I was like, I really was not bullshitting, and he was like, "Oh, that's cool." And his family happened to really like the show, his daughters and stuff.
Yeah.
And so we hit it off, and the appearance was really fun. And then he brought me back like 2-3 weeks later, and I hit it off. And then he's like, "Let's go out to dinner." And we went out to dinner. We exchanged numbers. We became friends. And I'm like, I'm texting this guy. I cannot believe I'm texting him. You know what I mean? I mean, like Harry might not be a bit like you'll have your own people.
Yes.
But like it's just a weird life. And then he's like, "Come be my guest at Mardi Gras." So we were on our own float. It was like 4 hours, and we had boxes, and we just throwing the stuff at people. And where am I going with this? Something about Mario Lopez.
Yeah,
he was also there.
By the way, it always gets back to Lopez, and that's why
I hear Mario Lopez's voice more than anyone in my life because we're on the road all the time. And the second I get into a hotel room, I just turn on the television.
Yeah.
And I listen to the suit
a
sound.
mysterious girl wakes up in a closet with no pants and no compass. Julianne Moore stars in this thriller that you press 4.
You know it so well.
Yeah.
You hit all the notes of what he says.
Yeah, he gives like a little bit of a teaser,
Yeah.
then the actor, then like what button to hit.
I talked to Ted Alexandra, but we joke about it all the time. I hear no one more than Mario Lopez.
I'm surprised he doesn't do like the menu. The room service should be always electronic, should be always on the TV.
He needs to branch out.
For tortilla soup, hit 6. I'm probably getting 2 of them.
A wayward onion meets a refried bean in this corn tortilla. No, he was very like he was nice.
Yeah.
But
emotionless.
Yeah, he was a little like I don't know.
Seen it all.
I don't know him, so he doesn't have to show me any emotion. It would be
Yeah.
weird if he came up to me sobbing, but but he seemed very like almost like AI.
Whoa.
No. I'm
Yes. No.
Yeah. Well, I want to tell you that, but then I don't want him to see this and get upset with me.
You know what though? That guy, I want to assume that he's, and he posts funny videos on Instagram that he like will, that will share. That I'm like, all right, this guy seems like he's got a good sense of humor, but like maybe he just is. I feel like he's on a lot. So I feel like maybe there's moments where you catch him and maybe he doesn't even know that he's just shut down.
Yeah.
So maybe even he thinks he's still.
There didn't seem to be a lot behind.
Yeah.
But I mean, God love him. He has a great bod.
Bro, you're living
He has a great voice.
You're living in preppy shadows
Yeah.
for 10 plus years.
Right.
It's going to take a toll on anyone.
It is. You're right.
Everyone's like, Zach Morris this, Zach Morris.
Yeah.
AC, like, yeah, you can come if like,
Yeah.
you're the +1 to Zach Morris. So maybe,
Right.
maybe that's what every now and then he's triggered with that.
Yeah. It could be. It could very well be.
This is how rumors
maybe
get
he takes
started.
some-
Rumor, extra. Wait, so when you're going on stage at the Beacon,
Yeah.
did you take a beat or was it like, do you try to treat, and I guess this goes, this question for like any sort of big, whether it's Joker show, like stand-up show, TV appearance, where you probably, because what I love about you too is your just genuine like joy and fun that you're always like, this is fucking cool. Like I get to do this and like the life I get to live because of everything I'm doing. So do you take those moments or you just try to go, it's another show and like downplay it so that you don't let the moment get ahead of you. You know what I'm saying?
No, I try to be in the moment as possible.
Yeah.
Take inventory as much as possible, especially at a show like that.
Yeah.
I'll cry.
Yeah.
I try not to cry on stage.
Yeah.
But I've cried at big shows like that. Like beforehand, I took a moment with myself. I actually cried. I did cry, actually.
That's awesome.
So I was in my green room, and there was a lot of people around. But then, like a little bit before showtime, I got just alone in my green room just to go over some material and think about how I wanted to structure the set and stuff. And then I started to cry.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't want to forget the moment.
Pussy. All right, has to say that once an episode. Sorry, that was the one time it fit. Yeah.
Yeah, so I had a pussy moment.
Yeah.
No, and
it's beautiful.
I wanted to remember the moment because when we played Radio City for the first time, I was like, I'm taking the subway there and I'm walking right to the front door, and so I did that. I know when I was like my girlfriend and we got out of the subway, and when we got to the across the other side of the street and the building, and once we got to the corner and like we saw on it, I just started crying out there. It was very emotional, and then when I stepped out onto the stage at Radio City, I was like, please don't do it. Man. And then I got a little emotional as soon as I walked out. So I try to keep that in, but I didn't want to forget the moment at the Beacon because it was also like solo. It was my biggest probably solo show ever. For me, like hometown show. So I actually snapped a selfie of myself. I was just crying a little bit, like just not like crying, like but I just was like I just smiled, but I had the tears in my eyes still, and I'm like I'll remember it.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm glad you did that because that is a. I mean, look, dude, to have the Joker success is bonkers, right?
Yeah.
To then have the chutzpah to like do your own thing and have like riddle me this, like when you're jumping into stand up, which was still as coinciding with Jokers, is there a part of you that's like, oh, everyone will just come over, like the fan base we've created will follow? Or did anyone in your ear say like, stand-up's a different beast, like the people might like, or are you just like, no, they're going to come out regardless? Because doing the first, theater tour, like there's got to be some, because you're an artist, everyone has it, that those things of like, fuck, I hope it does translate. People come out like regardless. I'm done all this shit. Hopefully they follow. But like, what if people are just like, he just like, I don't know, like, and then it
happens. Like we did a sketch comedy show, like 4 seasons into Jokers.
Yeah.
And we did it like in between shooting Jokers with not a big budget. And we started in sketch and we put out this sketch show that was 6 episodes. The network didn't agree with us on a bunch of the material, so they only put out 4 episodes and they didn't repeat it. And it was the second highest rated thing on the network, behind us.
Oh my
God.
God.
They didn't air it ever again because they didn't like it. And it was like like they would kill for the ratings that got right now. And I thought we did a pretty good job with no time and no money on it. But our fans didn't the marketing was not good, and they thought like this show was replacing the other show, and they're so rabid for the other show that they scared off, I think, the network a little bit, because half of the fans were like, "What is this? I don't know the other show," because they don't know us in this light, So there's an education period that needed to happen that didn't.
Yeah.
But like for me doing stand up, it's like even right now I'm still always educating people, like I'm always doing like, whatever I am, podcast, post, this and that, because because I don't have a special out yet. And I think the special is something you could just point to right away and like, this is what I do.
Yeah.
And I think I'm talking to my agent and stuff, it's like once we get a special, I'm shooting in January, once we get a special out, that's out there, that it'll be just, you can find it speaks for itself, and we're hoping to get like the next batch of hopefully people.
How cool is that? Just know that there's like another batch, another wave.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see.
Omicron fan base just waiting to come through.
Yeah, we'll get another like subvariant of fans.
Yeah, that's so fucking cool, man.
But I always thought like, it wasn't even like, will they come out, or like, I was just more like, I had to just make sure that I'm. It's that thing. They know me, and so they're going to expect something from me right away that I probably couldn't give them. So, I had to just not do anything but spot every single show, mics, bars, empty bar. Like I did all of that for a long time, because until I got a solid 15, and then I could do that 15, and you know how we do it. But so I wasn't really like concerned with who was going to come, because I didn't want anyone to come.
Yeah.
And I didn't want, and I wouldn't. I asked them all to not say I was there, so that I could just go bomb, and I could just go play to people that aren't going to laugh because I am who I am. Otherwise, you can't get a good barometer on anything.
Yeah.
So I did that for a long time. So it wasn't until after that I started saying like, all right, now I'm worried about tickets.
Was there a moment in the last year or so that you just kind of like, I don't know, it was a night on stage where you just like, I know it's not like one night or one joke, but like we're just maybe even a week of shows where you're just like, man, I'm fucking in a groove. Like I'm starting to, or a conversation with comics after a set, or has there been just a moment where things have felt like you've just gained more confidence?
Yeah,
I guess.
100%. You know how it is. You just keep doing it, and all of a sudden, you've been in a situation now that you weren't in before. You've been in it 5 times, 10 times, 20 times, or you handled something differently than you had handled it before and saw how that went.
Right.
Or
you can adjust on the fly
enough, or now you start learning the tricks on how not to bomb.
Yeah.
Or how to get yourself out of a situation and still make it. And you start getting all those tools, and it's cool because I would go. Because I had to go, I had to do all this like while filming the show, right? Yeah. So the only time I could do it was at night during the week. I had to film it every single night. So I was like, if I'm not going to do this, it's all I ever wanted to do. So I was like, if I'm not going to do it now, I'm just not going to do it. So for like a few years, I would film all day and then go do 5-6 spots a night, go back home and wait around, do the 6 spots. But it was like for a really long time. And I would be so exhausted. But I was like, even if I couldn't like get a new tag or write a new joke, if something I would just mark it on like if I handled something differently or if I felt the confidence or something went better. Like there's just these intangibles sometimes that when you start doing it enough, and I'm driving home and I'm like, I think I like leveled up a little bit.
Yeah.
And you know sometimes you know exactly what it is and sometimes you don't, but it's a feeling. And it could be confidence or whatever, and I'm like, as long as I at least feel that, I need to feel at least one thing coming home every night. I either had to get a new joke or I had to push myself to do whatever it was, a new thing. So then when I was driving home, I was like, this is different than yesterday.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's the only thing I tried to like measure it on,
And you have so many.
Which I still do. I'll never stop doing that.
Right.
There's no mastering, you never stop. That's my attitude every single time.
By the way, that's just crazy because there's, comics that get to do sitcoms and have that like, really cushy schedule, but to do a 12, 15 I don't know, man, hour day and then go do that is
not
nobody would.
Let's call it an 8 to 10.
Still, nobody would come down on you for being like, yeah, fucking just get in the spots on the week, like get your rest because you need to focus on the show. But like,
I wanted to be in it, like with all my friends and peers and all that stuff.
Just being around, having so many comic friends being around, is there an extra like wanting to be around it? And I think every comic wants to respect to their peers, right?
Yeah.
So
that's
once you're
number one.
Yeah. So once you're in it and you're around all these incredible people, you're like, fuck, dude, like that pushes you, right? You're like, I want to be to where I can talk to them, and we're all talking, and it doesn't seem like. Because, I mean, I'm sure you see it now. Everybody does once you get into it. If there's someone that's like a year or two in, I mean, I've got a buddy from college who's just now starting, and he's like has the audacity to talk to me, where he'd be like, just on the other day, and I go, he was getting to host on a weekend of Sunday shows, and I go, how was Sunday? He goes, dude, Sundays. I go, you've been doing it not even a year. What do you mean Sundays? Are you trying to relate? Like, and I busted his balls so hard, and then he was like, yeah, I'm sorry, you know what I meant. I go, no, dude, you definitely are now talking to me like you're seasoned. Right. I picture you like on some. You're smoking a cig, and you're like, I don't, next weekend will hopefully be better. In St. Petersburg, so it's a better crowd. I'm like, dude, don't, but you want that, right? Like that's what, like.
Oh God, yeah, because I admire, I already admired everybody. Yeah, that's all. Like I said, that's all I ever wanted to do. So like, then I got a lot of love from the comedy community just on the show.
Oh yeah,
and I started,
I actually started with that.
Yeah, well, I used to host. I used to host a show, not host. My bar. I had a comedy show at my bar, and I would in Staten Island, but it was right over the ferry. And so for 3 years, every Tuesday night, Grab Ass Tuesdays, it was called. This day and age, we wouldn't call it that, but they'd come over,
and that's the problem.
Every comic from New York came to.
Shut
up! It was 10 years ago. Actually, it started 14 years ago. So I had everybody. I had Che, Soder. I mean, everyone you could think of. Everybody. Every single comic. And so I knew a lot of them already. Norman was a staple there. Sean Pat. It was everybody. And so I knew a lot of them already. And then they liked the show. And then I met more comics from the show. People would just reach out to me. Comics in New York City embraced it. So I had this little foundation. And then, and then I really just put in the work. I was at all the shows. I would see the people on 5 times a night, and they'd be like, "Oh, you're there too. You're there too." Just working. Hard to.
It is the support like that is like goes like that's just invaluable, right? Because like it's already scary enough to like jump into this, and to have anyone, especially people you look up to, like be encouraging.
So nice. You're one of those people to me.
Oh yeah, man. Well, but also like you can tell with people like right away if they're serious or not. Right out of the gate, like you're just like. You just saw that work ethic, like you just said, like doubling down on a day with a long shoot day, and then it's like that. Once people see that, it's like fucking
right.
I'm on team Sal. You know what I'm saying? Because you're fucking doing.
Oh, it's full. I mean, it's a full commitment. It's
can't
not like
be any other way.
I'm not trying to make money. I'm not trying to do a meet and greet or nothing like that. I'm trying to literally make be a great comic.
Wait, was this bar? Did you own this bar?
So this is a bar I bartended and managed at for 8 years. I bought a bar off after that bar for about 2.5 years. Yeah, 2 years.
Holy shit!
And I took everybody with me. Yeah, because that bar closed and there was like a weird new owner, and I took the whole crowd.
Did you like that life, the bar life? I feel like I could see you in a.
I love being a host,
Yeah,
I love setting
you're the ultimate.
curating them,
You were slinging drinks back there?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Every 3-4 nights a week.
Crushing it. I could see you in some sort of like a cool. Like Uncut Gems meets what fucking the Zach Braff
Scrubs?
No, fuck. What was the indie movie he did?
Garden State?
Yes, meets but like lighter and funnier, but like the indie movie about you, but it starts with you at the bar, like slinging, and there's a big maybe it's like a Y2, maybe it's 1999, it's about to turn 2000 as the opening scene.
Where does Uncut Gems come in?
I don't know. I guess
that movie was hard. I love that movie. I actually befriended the filmmakers and the writer of that movie.
The Safdie brothers.
Safdie's and Ronnie, who was their writing partner.
Wow. All right. Maybe they can write this.
They reached out. I think they reached out to me. Yeah, someone followed me on Twitter, and I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Because I've liked it. I saw Good Time.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Whoa, this is different type of filmmaking."
Oh yeah.
And I really liked them. And then Ronnie told me that when they were writing Uncut Gems, that it was such a hard dark place to write write in or write for, and it was so. And he's like, he said Joker's was like my every night palate cleanser. He's like, it means so much to me. And then Josh was just like, I couldn't believe they said that. And then we we maintained a relationship over text, and then they came to the premiere of the movie and stuff. And the movie was good, but it was a learning experience.
Yeah,
it was a different crew, and it was 6 weeks out of New York City, and it was a lot of cooks in the pots,
cooks in the kitchen.
Yeah, there was a lot of pots in the cooks. And so it was like, it didn't come out, you put that thing through a filter enough times and it's like, it doesn't come out exactly how you want. But I was proud of some of it, but I really feel like if we had creative control, it would have been very different. So I had a conscious, I didn't know, I wanted them there because, oh my God.
Yeah.
But then I was also like, I hope they, it's
understand.
It's not exact, but they're so cool, those guys. Yeah.
Did you like that movie? Can you watch movies like that? Do they give you anxiety?
I watched it a few times.
Yeah.
It gives but that one is visceral.
Yeah.
And that's what they do. They did one. I mean, that's it. They do it. I'm like,
yeah.
I have anxiety already, and watching a movie like that, I'm fidget. I'm like, oh my God, I don't know if I could take this.
Like anxiety, like you can't. Like my mom can't watch Meet the Parents because it makes her too uncomfortable. Are you like that?
Well, Meet the Parents I could watch.
But you know how well, that's why I ask.
No,
that's my barometer.
What's wrong with because it's how uncomfortable it is.
Yes, like when
she probably can't watch my show then.
Oh no, she loves it.
Oh okay.
Oh yeah.
Well, we're in very uncomfortable situations.
Yeah, but there's such a with the Jokers. There's such a upbeat, bright tone, candy coated. Just it's rooted in so much fun and goofs and silliness. She also just gets real turned on by De Niro, so she just was like, she's like, if I'm gonna watch this, I'm gonna start playing with myself, and then I'm playing with myself in front of you. Yeah, that's the real reason. Quick question: when you come to LA, and you're doing like a real, big press tour, shows, you pack it in. Do you have moments out here where you I'm going to this Korean day spa with Bobby Lee. I'm gonna do something for me that's where I'm not what's your shutdown, Sal? Because I know you're as much of a host and work horse you are. Yeah. You're amazing at just pulling it back. I mean, last time I was at your place, you know, we had some nice treats, and then like we were hanging, we played some games. Then we were just like, at one point, which was my favorite thing, to be a little Stony Baloney and watch like just YouTube rabbit holes. And it was like, and we just giggled our fucking asses off. So I'm like, what's your come down, like, I need to shut off for a minute thing?
Yeah, I try to find, I'll go to like a cheap massage place.
Yeah.
Not like, like a up and up.
Well, those are expensive. Yeah. There's no cheap one.
No, just get like, I have one I go to all the time.
Yeah.
And I actually feel like I'm robbing the woman. Because she'll do 1 hour, it's like $25. And
those places rule.
This old lady, I told my lady, I said, whether she's with me or not, and I tell her, I go to this lady, I used to go to this lady, Helen. Yeah. And then old Asian lady. And then they closed that down, but I actually started cheating on Helen with Cece. There's on 8th Street in New York City, there's 4 of them within like 50 feet.
Are they like
I'm not even joking.
foot?
There's like one next to each other. Yeah.
Because the foot one, when it says foot, it's like they'll give you, the
foot, but they also have full, and they have just the back. They have everything.
Wow.
So, and the ones that just do foot, they go even, But anyway, I said, I told her, I think I'm falling in love with this old, with this old Asian woman for real.
Bro, she just hits all the right spots.
$25, 1 hour, and she's like, the stress relief I get from the way that this woman touches me.
Wow.
It's unbelievable. Sometimes I sneak it in the middle of a day in New York. You know what I mean?
Wow.
And it's just
game changer.
I'm just like, yeah.
Do they?
I love her, Cece.
Is there like the first time I had a foot massage? I didn't know that like how much relief there could be in just that. Even just the just squeezing of the toes.
Well, they do the reflexology. You ever do that?
Yeah,
it works.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Have you done acupuncture?
I haven't done it.
Yeah.
Have you?
A couple times.
Is it? What is it?
So it's.
I know. Is it work? Did it work for you?
Well, the needles were all dirty and used, so it was like I got real high.
Yeah.
No, it was real. I felt like I'm floating afterwards, and it was this real sweet lesbian couple, and they just were like, each needle they put in, and they would like feel thing and go, oh, and they start rattling off like, oh, your chakra with this and that, and so we're gonna do that, and they put a needle in, and then they feel another spot and go, oh, this is going off, and they were just so in cahoots with each other about like, oh, this is happening, so we should put that here, give me some of that, and you like grab me that off the shelf and put that in. So they were just like narrating.
Sounds like okay.
And I just like, and all of a sudden I just felt like I was like floating above my body. It was crazy.
Really?
Yeah.
So it did work for you.
I think so.
Did you go to relieve stress, tension?
Muscles?
Yeah. What did you do?
I think the high.
Why were you there?
Yeah. I think the high after was what I remembered and loved about it. But also but then part of me was like, was it the calming presence that they added to it?
Right.
Was that what I paid for? And maybe it doesn't actually do anything.
Okay.
But I definitely felt like something was lifted.
Years ago, I wanted to try to take yoga. I was going through like a breakup, and I needed some type of like I can't run because I run out of breath before I even sweat.
Yeah, fuck running, dude.
I can't do it. Right?
Who invented that as an exercise? Terrible
idea. I started to do the yoga, but I didn't know how. So it was a very reasonable. Someone gave me a rec for a yoga instructor. She had this little studio, and it was like $40 for an hour, 35, whatever. So I was like, let me go, and I started going to once a week or twice a week, and I loved it. It was like at my own speed. There was no one else there.
Yeah.
There was low lights. She lit candles and shit, and like I could see legitimately the improvements from session to session because you could immediately see things that you could do that you couldn't do the next week. And I would go out drenched in sweat and made me feel great.
Wow.
And then she had this little sheet that told that had her rates on it and what she does, and she was an instructor. She was accredited and stuff. And then I remember one time I looked and it said Reiki Healing. Right. So do you know what Reiki is?
Yeah. No.
Okay. So Reiki apparently
rub stones all over you?
No, Reiki is like using energy, using energy in your body, energy in your hands to affect the energy in the muscles and things in my body. And I kind of know, but you get to training and you become, this is not a joke, you become a Reiki, it's called a Reiki master. Cool. And then when you become a Reiki master, I guess you know enough to charge for Reiki. Now, I didn't know anything about Reiki. And the first time I heard about Reiki was I had a friend who I graduated high school with who became an ophthalmologist. And he also wanted to be like a singer and a Broadway guy, and so he's so on his website. I'll never forget. I saw his website, and because he used to put out music videos and make songs, so I'd go visit his website, and it said his name, and it said ophthalmologist, singer, dancer, choreographer, producer, Reiki master. And I was like, well, this is all. I was like, he wears a lot of hats. And I looked up Reiki master, so I was like, okay. So when she offered it, it was a $5 add-on. That should have been the thing that clued me in that this wasn't going to be.
Yeah. If you're a master and you're charging $5,
it's $5.
Not even Master Splinter would charge $5 for a fucking ninja session.
And so so I later, she goes, and I go, I think I might want to try the Reiki this time. So she goes, at the end of the session, we'll do the Reiki. So I finish, and Elena, she goes, close your eyes. And then she starts doing like Miyagi shit, right? She's going like this, and then she's going like this, right? And she's like, do you feel that? Do you feel that tingling and stuff? And I was like, I didn't know if I felt it, And I wanted to feel it so bad.
Yeah,
and I was like, I think I feel it, And she's doing it, and she's going like this, right? I'm like, I think I might feel it.
Yeah.
Being
And
polite.
Right? Yeah. Well, I didn't know.
Nobody wants to walk out of there being like, fuck, I
really didn't know, right? And
Yeah.
I was like, did I feel? Did I? So I said, I'm not going to judge. And I went and I asked people who got it. I said, what are you supposed to feel? And they're like, yeah, I don't know, like a tingling or whatever. So the next time I was there again, she was like, Reiki. So I was like, all right. And then she did it again, and she's doing this, and I'm like, I don't feel a fucking thing. This is such bullshit.
Yeah.
I just paid this woman $5, which, by the way,
I got a $5 foot long with this. Yeah.
And she just did this, and she was like going, and I'm thinking to myself, this is like a scam. Like how stupid do I look?
Sure.
How stupid do we both look?
Yes.
She was doing like a spell.
Thank you. It's a two-way street.
And I was like, I feel that. And then she goes, do you feel the tingling? And I go, I feel it. And then the next time I went back, she's like, Reiki. I was like, you know what? The tingling, I didn't like the feeling of it. It made me a little uncomfortable.
You're so nice.
Yeah.
You could have, yeah.
Didn't
And by the
feel
way,
anything.
you wouldn't have been in the, no one would have, judged if you just told her, you know what, I don't think your hands are given the amount of Reiki you feel like they are. I feel like, I don't know if that's too much.
This is not $5 worth of Reiki.
Did she do happy ending before the Reiki or after?
The happy ending goes after the Reiki.
Yeah, that's after the Reiki.
That was 50.
Yeah. That I don't even know how that type of a job too. Like I've got a few friends that, do you know people that have become like life coaches?
Dude, I'm trying to. I feel like
Everyone's got a friend from high school that's now a life coach.
I know one guy who is the right hand. And when I mean right hand, I mean right hand to Tony Robbins.
I was just gonna fucking say Tony Robbins. I wish I would have said it because we would have said it at the same time, and that would have been awesome.
Yeah,
and if
man.
you say Tony Robbins' name at the same time, he fucking appears. Sal, I kid. That's crazy.
Yeah, he's his.
I literally was like, say Tony Robbins, Tony Robbins. And then I was like,
Well,
it's either that or
the
David
guy.
Goggins or
Yeah.
Christopher Robin. Yeah. Now, Tony Robbins, is the guy. If you think of life coach, you think of Robbins.
Yeah, whoa.
You think of feeding.
I've heard people really say that people that
your life.
went, yeah.
I
And
wanna
I
take
watched
one
the
of his
doc.
courses.
Did you watch the doc?
Yeah, come on.
And it looks. I'm like, I want him to
Look
look
legit.
me in my eyes, and I want him to tell me like something like that.
You
And
say
see,
pee in your eyes?
look into my
Oh,
eyes.
yeah.
He gets
What?
intense.
Yeah.
Pee into my eyes.
Well,
Five.
$10.
dude, if your Reiki is successful,
Yeah.
wait, this guy, how do you think because there's a part of me that looks at Tony Robbins and I'm like, oh man, you got to really, like, the confidence is through the roof. To think that you can just like listen to a couple problems from someone and have the answers. Like some of these things he was doing with people in the doc, it's like, that you're like, shouldn't this be like a 2-week course? But he's just like, what's wrong? They're like, I just fucking lost my job. He's like, fucking figure it out. Like, and they're like, you're right. Like
I should figure
I
this
mean,
out.
yeah. I mean, that's I'm shortening but it's like he definitely was just like he had a way that was just like shooting a truth dart to their heart, real quick, being so direct that it made you. And I think people are meeting him halfway. That's a big part of it. They want to hear the right thing from him, so that they're already in a Tony Robbins. They're very receptive to him already.
Yes.
To where he's just like, hey, and also. Eye contact goes a long way.
Yeah.
I think Tony's looking past your eyes into your like he's.
Yeah, and
you
I
know.
don't. What if you had to make a pie chart of it?
Yeah.
What percentage do you think he is effective? He walks the walk. He talks the talk. He knows what he's doing. He has his psychological hold. He has control of his own. Because I heard he doesn't have a great control of his own life. But anyway, Did you see? I think he
The
did-
best life coaches don't.
Right. I don't know that for sure, but I heard little things.
Where'd you hear this from?
Through Grapevine.
Oh, dude, the grapevine, by the way, will never not be a thing.
Yeah.
And I love that, like, we all just kind of toss like, the best gossip is happening on the grapevine.
Right,
You know,
right.
would you hear it? I mean, now, didn't the grapevine come from the Singing Raisins? Because they heard it through the grapevine, right?
Well, but the Raisins were like the song is way before the Raisins.
Right, and I'm just now remembering that.
right.
Oh, man, that was a crazy realization.
Yeah.
I truly just thought that 4 Singing Raisins came up with that song.
That was a Motown hit, man.
But can you imagine me at karaoke being like, hey, heard it through the grapevine? He's like, who sings that? I go, the 4 Raisins.
California
he goes,
Raisins.
what? The California Raisins sang it.
Yeah.
Real,
So or do you think that he is like a
prepared?
little bit of like those gospel people, like send the name of Jesus?
Yeah,
you know,
a
like
little
that kind
bit.
of thing.
A little bit. I think he's a little bit of a snake oil salesman, but I
Yeah.
feel like he believes a lot of it. But I feel like there's days, like we all have, where Tony Robbins is phoning in solutions to your problems.
How do you maintain that level of intensity? I know he jumps on the trampolines. Right.
What?
But he jumps on trampolines before he goes on stage.
Was that part of the doc?
It might have been, but I knew it prior to that from the grapevine. I heard
Jumping on a trampoline. See, now that's one of those things too, where it tricks you into being like, oh yeah, like I can kind of see where that would be like the mood boost.
he's got to get that blood rushing.
Yeah.
And I also heard that
Jumping
like,
Jacks wasn't cutting it.
a friend of mine said that he was at an event and that he went past a room that the door was open and there was like a table like bigger than this and it just had like 1,000 bottles of pills on it, like supplements and all that stuff. So he's probably like,
Yeah.
keeping his like,
Yeah, keeping it all upbeat.
But I watched the doc and I'm like, I feel like if he talked to me, I would listen.
1,000%.
Something about you want it to be real.
If he busted through the wall Kool-Aid style right now,
right now.
I'd fucking say grab a mic.
I would take his
These
advice. You ever
headphones
see
won't
Gary
fit your
V?
head.
Gary V does that too.
Yeah.
He's just like, what's the problem? This is the answer.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow, this guy, and he's like, I love my life. I'm very fucking happy. Like this, and I'm
a
like, wow, this
self-assuredness.
is wild.
I know.
I
like the ups and downs. I don't think I'd want to be as so fucking locked
the
in all
downs
the time.
make the ups. I
Who
don't
said
know.
that? You did just now.
Yeah,
Put it on a
maybe.
shirt, baby. The downs do make the ups better. And, like all the leading up to your Beacon show, it's like the nights where you're exhausted and you're going up anyway, or you're like didn't have the set you wanted to have and people came out that you didn't think were going to come, but you are nice. You always want to like come out anyway, but even though I'm trying to do this without people seeing me tonight, so I can just, and then it doesn't go your way. And then like all that is why you got choked up at the Beacon, right?
Right.
Because without locking in on all those specifics, that's all like contributing to that moment.
Yeah, where have we come? Look at all the stuff
Where
you
have we
do.
come,
Like,
yeah.
like I don't know. I still look at all the time, like all the roles you land and all. Like you're such a talented actor, and your voice. You're so multifaceted, and everything you do it so goddamn good. And I'm like you land this stuff, and you're just like, oh yeah, I'm doing this project. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, how do you maintain this and land all these roles all the time?
So much of not getting it to where it's just like not the fun is the excitement is always there, but I just like have gotten so way more rejection and no's than yeses. So it's just I've just like gotten good at like going like, yeah, all right,
Yeah,
bring it down. You know what I'm saying?
and that helps getting more. You think is it?
I think so.
mindset?
Just it's a look. There's still a lot of things that I will go out for that I'm like I want this very badly. But I've just gotten a little, not perfect, but a little better at just like control what you can control and fucking like that's like, like, and also, I mean, and you live in the same boat where it's like when you got a lot of irons in the fire, like it makes putting all your eggs in one basket like less of a thing, which I was like, which I was doing
That's
for a little
helpful.
bit, yeah.
You're one of like 3 people I feel like should be on SNL. Like for real,
man,
like sign off, like you got to be on it. That's another thing. You get these roles that aren't even just like acting roles. You have to portray. You've done a few in a row now that you've had to portray Leno and Vince McMahon. And I think Dr. Phil's just a joke, right?
But although I would love to play Dr. Phil.
But you encompass these other people, which I think is even harder than just landing a regular role. And I wouldn't be able to deal with the pressure of having to deliver on that a version of this person that everybody knows. So for me, it's even a step more when you tell me you got this stuff. And by the way, it's unbelievable how you morph and how they make you look, and how it's just fucking nuts to me.
Who would you, if you could portray someone in a biopic? Have you ever thought about that?
No.
Has your brain gone to fantasy camp for that?
Not really. I
No.
mean, because I don't see myself with that skill set.
Oh man,
I don't put myself there.
no, dude. I feel like you in a Tarantino movie would be awesome.
In a Tarantino movie?
Oh yeah, dude.
You're always so nice, but like, you're very nice because I would tell you, even your voice is like a radio voice, but then you also, the voiceovers you land, you have this great diction, and I tell you, I sound like I've jumbled, like, because I called you, I was so nervous
Oh,
about I
yeah.
got my first, like, one of my, like,
Crushed it.
a little animated role.
Crushed it.
And I know how good, and you gave me all these tips, and you gave me, I had no confidence, but I talked to you, you stayed on the phone with me,
Yeah.
you were busy. I think you were on the road, or you were busy. You had to do something, and you woke up early. You gave me like the little window of time you had,
Yeah.
and then you coached me through it. You gave me a little confidence. You gave me some pointers, and I hung up with you. I felt like 100 times better. And when I went in there, I was still nervous, but I would have been, because I don't want to, like, I don't know. I just never did it before, and I don't.
Of course, sometimes you need just somebody to tell you like it's fine and that you're
If I do
making
this,
it a bigger
okay?
deal than it should be.
Yeah, and you would tell me, no, just do that. I was like, can I?
You were locked in with. You had all these choices already, and you were like, so that's what's crazy too, is that like you were prepared and you had already made choices and you were already like dialed in. You just, but it's the first time thing that like takes you out of your comfort zone.
Right.
It's the like I don't want to. Can I just do what I've been doing and all these other facets of my life in this? And I was like, yeah, totally you can.
But they wanted me to do a voice. I thought I needed to do a voice because I was playing in a cartoon. I was playing a former wrestler turned whatever, right?
Yes.
And I always think I got to do but I don't know a voice enough to maintain the voice through everything that I'm saying.
Right.
You know, like there's one thing to be like, well, this sound, but then to speak the whole thing like that.
Yeah.
I don't do that. You do that. So I get so nervous that I'm going to go in there and start with a voice, and then they're going to be looking, and then the second part of it's not going to be that voice.
Right. And
And also, like, I don't know how to. I had to learn right away how to speak authentically through a voice, which is also a different thing.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't know. I had the nerves big time, and I tell you, my diction's horrible, my accent's terrible, but you are not. You're like, no, but you have a unique accent that whatever. But I know I hear myself. Man, I hate the way I sound.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I just sound like, I feel like I
get
sound
off
like
that train,
an
man.
idiot.
No, not even
Yeah.
close. You know who? If I were Tony Robbins, would tell you right now,
Yeah.
or actually Dr. Phil would tell you. You know what you need to do, Sal, okay? First of all, we all hate our fucking voices, okay? No one likes the way they sound. My wife, Robin, hates the way she sounds. That's why I usually make her wear a mask of my face when she fucks me, just so I can feel what it's like when people tell me to go fuck myself. We'll be right back. Do you know that the Cash Me Outside girl made $52 million
I was
going to
ask you that. I was going to ask you if you knew it. And that's where she showed receipts.
52 mil from OnlyFans.
She's like, don't call me that anymore.
Yeah.
I made 52 mil by
And
doing
she's like a
nothing
rapper.
else. Yeah.
What do you feel? What do you think? How does it make you feel when you see like people like I just stood up and went like that.
Yeah.
You made 52.
I can't take anything away from her, but we're in a time. We're in a time. If she could make more than 99.99% of people for existing, and I'm not taking anything, but OnlyFans is people interested in going to see her, and I don't know if she's doing like anything like too racy, but it's like all that is like a subscription to have access to her.
Yeah.
And now I know that she, like, in the beginning I was like, how could she be a good rapper? She was 13 years old and you have to that comes with experience.
Sure.
And this, I'm not into the new trap rap that kind of like da 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 ba 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 ba.
Yeah.
It's like the same.
I'd rather listen to that, quite honestly.
Right.
No
But
lyrics.
it just feels like it's not, and I don't know if people are writing for her, but she has this voice that, and a couple of like on the Bonfire with Big J and Dan Soder on Sirius, check that out. They go through deep dives on her, and they thought it was catchy, and I finally listened to it. I'm like, it is kind of catchy. It's not for me, but it's catchy. I guess she's doing it. But like when I grew up in hip hop, you had to have the credibility, or they wouldn't take you serious as an. You had to walk the walk, and talk the talk. So I'm like, all right, I just saw you on daytime TV. You're just coming into your own as you're a very young adult now. These things you're rapping about, it's just like. There's not, so I'm like, in my head, I cast it aside, but look, who am I to fucking, she's making $50 million.
Yeah.
But she's doing something right.
Well, it's just like in stand-up, you got to live a life worth writing about. And I feel like when you're at that age, like, what have you been through yet? Like Santino's got a great joke about, Andrew Santino about, I think, is it Greta Thunberg?
Yeah.
No, is that her last name?
Greta
Thunberg?
Thunberg.
Yeah. Or am I confusing it with like the director of
Greta
that?
Thunberg.
Yeah.
Thunberg, yeah.
Isn't there a director with a similar name? Greta or
There's
something?
a band called Greta Van Fleet.
Close. No. Greta, there's like a something Thunberg or not well, now I'm thinking of Gutenberg. What?
Greta
Steve
Gerwig?
Gutenberg?
Steve Gutenberg.
Greta who?
Gerwig?
Yep. Yeah. Who's that?
American actress, writer, and director.
Yeah. So,
Santino.
yeah, he talked about her. I'll butcher the joke, but it was basically about her, coming out as this kid. He goes, part of me was like, oh yeah, her, coming out and like really taking a stand on this big issue and like getting people to pay attention and think more and get more discussions. He's like, but also, shut the fuck up, pay some taxes, like lose a job, like go through some shit before, which was like a really funny, take too. But
she has made more than our parents' generation combined.
Yeah.
The generation. You know what I mean? Like my parents and their parents, like they went to hard labor every day for 50 years and retired.
Yeah.
She made more than thousands and thousands and thousands of those people's lifetime earnings combined in like a couple of months. Like it's like the game has changed.
The Bacon Brothers band. What's that?
Are you talking about Greta Thunberg or the
No,
OnlyFans girl?
the baby. Cash Me Outside.
Okay, good.
The Bacon Brothers, the band.
Yeah.
How many tours would they have to do to make that much money?
They did. The lifespan's not long enough, and they're moderately successful.
Yeah,
it's crazy. Also, like, where do you go from there? I mean, she's like, I don't understand. Like, you imagine being 17 and you're worth $50 million.
No, I also don't. It's why I never judge when I see like when Bieber was like peeing in buckets and had a monkey on an airplane and like you're like, yeah, man, like he was famous when he was 9.
Yeah.
And is now 16. Like,
I heard some stories. I was at a club like I go to clubs, but
I went to a club after the Radio City show.
That
was the Chappelle after
two
party.
times I went to clubs.
Yeah.
No, I went to some. It was more of an event, and I had a couple of friends at it, so I went there, and he was there, and he just was on his skateboard on the dance floor, just like doing tricks and and everyone just cleared out and just like watching him on his skateboard.
The same way like you're walking through an airport and someone runs by with the bag, you just kind of like move a little bit, right?
Yeah. Just like I guess I'll just watch him. Everyone's just watching him do the kick flips on his thing. But who just showed me? Someone brought up to me like just a couple of weeks ago. His
puking on stage?
His deposition.
What?
Please tell me you haven't seen his deposition.
No.
Are we capable to watch it?
Yeah, Ari, can you pull up Bieber's deposition?
I guess he was. I guess when he got into some trouble, and they did a whole deposition. I can't. Nothing I say. Nothing I say. He was at peak. I am a god. Yeah, and he was talking to the courts like they were shit, bro. You're gonna see it.
What happened that put him on the?
I don't know, but there's a cut of it that's like a few minutes long, and it is. I mean, you're gonna be a changed man after watching this.
All right, well, Ari's gonna find it. Do you like going to concerts? I know you just did the big Pittsburgh Comedy Jam. I know we're both big fans of that show. That's where we met in Austin on that Jam comedy show.
It is? That's how we met?
That was the first time we met.
Okay.
But we both then shared pleasantries of like knowing each other.
Okay.
For sure, you were just lying about knowing me, but
no way.
Okay, here we go.
Remember earlier today when I asked you?
No.
Why don't you listen to what I had to say first? And then maybe you'll tell me yes or no.
I don't have to listen to anything you have to say.
Clarify my question. If you have a question about my question, you have the right to be clear for you to be able to be clear. Being in Australia ever?
I don't know if I've been to Australia. I've been to Australia?
Are you aware that Scooter Braun knows that your bodyguards have attacked photographers?
What objection to form?
What kind of question is that? That didn't make sense.
That's correct.
That doesn't make sense. That's a weird question. That doesn't make sense.
Can you just ask some foundation?
I didn't hear your response. Again, sir, I'm
I didn't finish. I didn't finish.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't want to interrupt you.
Oh, really? You didn't want to interrupt.
Is it true that you know that your security guards will punch, grab, and push Paps if they need to?
I object.
Would you please look at the film that's up there?
Oh, I object.
It doesn't get cooler. Yeah, it doesn't get cooler.
This is a film?
This is
a film?
Pause it.
The guy goes,
Would you please watch the television?
You said it's a film. You said watch the film. Is this a film?
Is there a difference between a film and something else?
Yes.
It's a yes or no answer required, right?
I think my lawyer's asking you a question.
Please, sir.
My lawyer's asking you a question.
I'm not here to answer his questions. You're here to answer mine. Have you ever disciplined Mr. Hesney?
Disciplined? What kind of question is that? Is he my son? Guess what?
Question?
Guess what? I don't recall.
Oh, all right. That's a good place to end. That's a good place to end. All right. That's incredible.
Did you see that?
What? Wait.
He looked right at the camera and just went.
And just winked.
Yeah, and there's one more time where they ask him about like someone he dated, like Selena Gomez. Somebody goes, "Don't ever." He goes, he puts his hand up. He goes, "Don't you ever mention her name to me again like that." And he goes,
And said it as he did the.
He goes, "Don't." I just told you. Don't say her name again. And he goes, Selena Gomez. He goes, "Don't say her name again." And he goes, Selena Gomez. He goes, "Don't you ever ask me about her. You don't bring her name up to me." It's unbelievable, dude. I never saw that, and I was like blown away.
He's kind of a G.
Yeah, well, dude, this is.
Well, I've been in a deposition before, and those pieces of shit, like for silly stuff, like, you know, like I had a lawsuit with my apartment and stuff, and I was there for like 5 hours, and they just like they're trying to get
I mean, I just watched
I love that. And by the way, it's like, is it your security guards? You know, grab. I'm like, fuck yeah, do that.
Dude. I saw Bieber. I've met Bieber twice. Once at the Laugh Factory. And he was a little sauced up in the upstairs, and I did a bit about him, and he screamed down and like yelled, and we like had a little back and forth. Then I ran into him.
Good fun, you mean? Oh no,
and all good fun.
Right.
And then he went out, by the way, and paparazzi were. I've never seen more in the lobby of the Laugh Factory. As soon as he walked out the door, I've never seen more bulbs. It was like he walked in to fucking Stargate. Like it just looked like a big flash. And then screams, and his car was out front, and they were standing in front of his car. And they wouldn't move, and he started to inch forward, like move.
Right.
One guy was on his car,
right,
and then he inched forward, and then he finally just inched forward a little bit more, and one guy like threw himself back like LeBron flop style in an NBA game, and then he goes, "You gotta be kidding me!" And he goes, "I'm gonna sue you." And Finesse Mitchell and some other people come out. We're like, "Dude, get the fuck out of here!" We all watched you like get on his car and fall backwards.
Right.
And then the other time was at this chiropractor. And it was it's a place in Beverly Hills, and a friend of mine referred
you
me.
You ran into him at the chiropractor?
Yeah, it's a place called Peak Wellness, right? They do there's the Clippers doctor, this guy Dennis, who does a lot of chiropractic. They have like acupuncture there, stretching, and I was doing cupping there, and the door opens. I'm standing there, my boxer's standing up, and he's just in the lobby like paying, and we just lock eyes, and I go, "This is how I wanted us to meet."
No.
Yeah, and then he just starts laughing, and then I go, "I don't know if you remember me from the Laugh Factory, blah blah," and then he just goes, "Oh my God," and he loved Dalia, and that he was on the show, and so we started talking about comedy, and then I go, "You ever want to go to a show, man?" And take my number, text him twice, got back, and then third time not delivered. But that's how it should go.
But he did get back to you on text.
Went back a couple times.
Oh wow,
I'll take
cool.
that.
Right.
This is pre Johnny Depp shit too.
Yeah,
where it's like, that people are just trying to. I mean, there's obviously maybe a little bit more going on than this with the Depp trial. Are you watching that at all?
Peripherally.
Yeah.
I see some of the hits. Yeah, I think the general public consensus is that no one's latching on to her story. That she seems to be putting it on a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
It's tough, too, when like Johnny gets up and waves to the fans and everyone goes crazy in the courtroom. It's like she's always playing away games.
Right. That's
tough.
True. Yeah, man.
All right, we're going to close this out with a quick 10-question questionnaire. I haven't done this with you yet, have I? The Inside the Actor Studio thing?
Oh, yeah, I think we did it.
Did we do it?
Oh, yeah, we did it once. I don't remember what I said.
Maybe your answers will be different.
Yeah.
We'll do it real quick. Take 2 minutes. I'm here with Sal Vulcano. Sal, what is your favorite word?
Dungarees.
Oh!
Am I supposed to give?
Can you please use it in a sentence?
Sure. I think tonight I'm gonna wear some dungarees because I really want to impress this woman.
What is your least favorite word?
Oh God. jeans. Because be honest, they're dungarees.
Wow. If that's not a slogan for a pair of pants, I don't know what is. What turns you on? All these answers can be dungarees related.
Liquid death.
Yeah. What turns you off?
Just beautiful women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Turns you off?
Yeah.
Yeah. What is your favorite curse word?
Gotta be bitch ass.
Great.
A compound is a compound word.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fuck by itself is a popular answer.
Yeah, I know that.
I like the combo words.
Yeah. Bitch ass is good because it's like it combines for something greater than its parts.
Yeah. Dipshit, fuck stick.
Yeah.
I remember the first time someone could call me bitch tits, and I was like, well played.
Bitch ass is so funny.
A great combo.
Yeah.
Bitch ass is diverse too. It's
Bitch
urban.
ass is
It's urban.
diverse. It's universal. Anyone can get that.
Yeah.
What sound or noise do you love?
Cereal hitting a bowl.
What cereal?
Let's go Fruit
Fruit Loops.
Fruit Loops. Yeah.
I was just gonna say
Frosted Flakes.
No, Frosted Flakes hitting it doesn't have the Fruit Loops are. There's just more going on with the O than there is a flake.
I'll
Flake's
tell
not
you
making a big bowl impact.
my undercut like underrated one, Alphabets, but they recently fell off.
Yeah. Why is that? Do they have
They
marshmallows?
don't taste the same. No, you don't have to get the marshmallow one. That's
Alphabets.
not- Yeah.
Where does Fruity Pebbles stand in your ranking of cereals?
So I liked them at a point in time, but they're a little bit much. Yeah. You know,
They require milk too much.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
and then you're getting that sog. Once they turn to like phlegm,
Yeah,
like
you've
that
got
phlegm consistency.
I don't want a shot clock on my cereal consumption. You got 90 seconds tops to eat a bowl of Fruit Loops.
I brought
or
this
Fruity
thing called the
Pebbles.
Crunch Cup. I saw it online, and it's like a cup. It looks like almost like a water bottle.
Yeah.
But you put the cereal in the middle cylinder, and you put the milk on the outside, and you put the top on, and you can have your cereal all day. And when you put it to your mouth, the cereal meets the milk in your mouth, and so the cereal stays crunchy the whole time. And you could just go in the car with your cereal in the morning, whatever. I'm doing like an ad for it, like I did Liquid Death.
Hi, Sharks.
Dude, I'm telling you, because I like cereal.
But love it.
This is like it's such a fun
Oh my
thing.
God! Did you ever do this? Take like 5 different cereals and put them in a bag for a road trip, and do like a grab bag, so you could like put one handful in and be like, "Oh, look at that! I got some Cocoa Puffs.
No.
I got some Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I got some Golden Grams in one palm."
But did you make sure that they complemented each other?
you have
or
to.
it's anything goes?
Oh no! Well, that's what that's usually like the same way. What's that?
It's a mystery. You never know.
It is a mystery, but you don't. You can't just every like Cookie Crisp might not go well with shredded wheat. I wouldn't put any shredded wheat in a grab
No,
bag.
shredded wheat's bad.
Yeah.
Or cereal.
Worst?
Yeah.
I mean,
For me, I know there's a clear one.
I want to hear yours first.
is it
Yeah.
not?
Because
Special
I think
K?
it would help him answer his.
Okay.
But you can't copy it. You have to come up with your own cereal. that you
Kix
like.
wasn't bad, but it didn't have there was like berry Kix, which I liked by
No,
itself.
but that's nowhere near what I'm talking about. That's wonderful compared to what I'm talking about. Which, by the way, shredded wheat ain't great.
Shredded wheat is really bad. Shredded wheat, if there was a box called diarrhea flakes next to shredded wheat, I'd stand there for a minute and go, oof,
Maybe.
what's cheaper?
Is
Right,
shredded
right.
wheat the cube ones?
Yes.
Yeah.
Frosted shredded wheat's good though, right? Am I thinking of the same one?
Mini wheats, yeah. I don't.
Right.
I wouldn't.
Frosted
I
What's
wouldn't.
the-
I wouldn't. I wouldn't buy.
What's the worst?
Grape nuts?
Yeah.
Grape nuts are small stones that taste like fucking rabbit food and
I
shit.
thought grape nuts were meant for like elderly people who had constipation. Isn't that what grape nuts are for?
Well, then you got to say that, man. You
If
can't put
they
it
did,
next.
then they need to talk to the marketing
Yeah,
department.
you can't. If that's the case, it goes on a different aisle, baby. You have the audacity to put it next to
I remember
fucking.
I've only had grape nuts once, and that was it for me. And I remember biting down, and I almost felt like I was going to break my teeth, and it tasted like litter.
Yeah. Like, shouldn't look.
kitty litter.
Cereal's got to look edible.
Yeah,
First and foremost.
it looks like rabbit shit.
Can you also remember a Grape Nuts commercial that didn't feature someone falling down and going, "Hand me my spoon"?
See?
Also,
There's an old-
where's the
constipated old
grape
person.
coming in?
You have to add
Oh
your
my
own
God!
grapes.
Wait, grape nut. Yeah, what is? I don't even get the name.
They
Old
should do a
people slice
commercial.
up grapes and mix them in.
There should be a commercial for Grape Nuts where a burglar comes in and robs like a senior citizen home at gunpoint and takes like all his stuff, takes even like the woman's like urn with like her husband in it, and he leaves the Grape Nuts.
No, but they wouldn't.
Grape
do that
Nuts.
commercial like-
Nobody wants it.
I thought you were gonna be like a robber comes and they just throw grape nuts on the floor and he slips like Home Alone.
That's a good
Grape
news
nuts.
story.
Use it for something else, maybe.
It's not for your mouth. I'll tell you that much. Yeah. All right. What's
Never said your least
what-
favorite cereal though.
Oh, least favorite cereal. Oh, grape nuts. Oh, mine.
Uh-huh.
I think the shredded wheat. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's
it's just-
gross too. It feels like you're eating a stack of hay.
yeah. Terrible. What sound or noise do you hate? Motorcycle driving by, a fucking.
Oh, so like I could
anything.
I'm like trying to think of like a funny
No,
response.
no, no. These do not have to be
Like, for
funny
real, for real.
answers.
Oh,
For
yeah.
real, for real.
What sound do I hate? A fucking car alarm.
Yeah.
I could.
What about a regular alarm? Do you have like a one that queued up to when you wake up, you're like not mad at it?
I hate it. I hate it. I go da-da-da-da-da-da. Yeah. Every time. As a matter of fact, I've had different cell phones have had different alarm tones
Yeah.
on the year, and once in a while, one will go off in public, and I'm like, that was my alarm from 4 years ago. Like, and it takes me back to anxiety.
Yeah.
I just like because when the alarm goes off, that's when the anxiety starts.
Me too. I
Yeah.
thought about setting a favorite song for a little while, and I did like a Phil Collins Susu Studio alarm, but then I woke up and then I just got mad at Phil, and I was like, I want no part of that in my
don't
life.
wanna do that.
I
Don't
want to
mix
always
them
hear
up.
Phil and
Yeah.
and be filled up with some good vibes.
Do you know what studio is?
No.
Or what it means?
No.
Okay, I never did either until I found out. Studio is the name of a woman, of a girl.
Who invented grape nuts?
Yeah, yes, exactly
Wait,
right.
no.
Just he's saying her name over and over. Studio, and that's the name. There's a girl that's been on my mind all the time, Susu Studio, and
I honestly thought, yeah,
I never put that together because it just sounds like he's saying something apart
it's
from
a
that.
fun word to be like, yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't know what it meant, but like, and then you look, and I didn't find out by thinking that. Someone told me, and then I was like, "How dumb am I?"
Do you
he
think it
says
was-
it? He says it
How
in
did I
the
not put the
first
pieces?
line.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but I've never heard the name Studio before or since, so that's why I was like, he must be saying some word I don't know. You know,
Do you think it was too on the nose, and before it was Susan, and they were like,
it does not have.
it doesn't
the
have a
same
nice
ring.
ring to it.
Yeah,
Susan. Like, no,
Yeah.
that's also Studio. It's just a more musically. It's a more
it
fun.
flows.
Yeah.
yeah,
Wow, that's great.
yeah. Studio.
All right, did you know that?
I had no idea.
Thanks, Ari.
Yeah.
What profession would you like to attempt other than your own?
Interior designer.
What profession would you not like to do?
Cop.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah,
Especially now.
yeah.
After all the BLM stuff, no thank you.
Thanks, Ari. What if heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
Go one more round. Know what I'm saying?
Did you have a saying when you were at the bar? Like, would you say like any sort of like I've been wanting to ask you this for ever since we sat down, and I feel like you're money with these. Every time I do a cheers, if I'm taking a shot or a cheers, I always go, fuck. I just thought about how I need to look up and have a go-to cheers because I hate when no one has one and someone just goes, "You're getting fucked up." I'm like, dude, what a wasted moment. Like, we had this like cool, like even if it was a, and what I've been saying now is to a great night and a better tomorrow, which just sounds like the ending.
Sound like you're at the end of a weekend update.
Yeah, or I'm fucking Truman Show. Like
Weekend
talking to
update.
myself.
I'm Adam Ray. Have a great night and a better tomorrow.
Yeah, that's stupid. Like,
SNL. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
No, but you should be.
But
honest.
did you have one at the bar? Do you have one now?
I don't.
No.
Yeah, I don't. I don't want to let you down.
You defer to whoever's like,
Yeah,
maybe
I
starting the cheers.
Yeah, I don't. I don't like when people do the like.
Clink of the glass.
No, like there's been some just some hack ones.
Yeah.
It's like give me something. Or say
Yeah.
something sincere. But
Yeah.
yeah. But I should do that too. Then I should have something.
Well, you just again, it goes with your host, but
Yeah.
like just to be like, but yeah. I think I also want one. It's almost like when you're at a barbecue and you're like, all right, I need to like carry this conversation. I've been in too many circles where either someone just goes getting fucked up, or they make it weird to where they're like, hey man, to fucking. Fucking once and fuck her again, and then fucking get your car and put it in drive and leave the kids on the other side, and you're just like,
that's
oh.
the stuff I can't.
Yeah,
stand.
and then you're
come
like,
on,
because then
dude.
you're just holding your glass up for the whole thing, and you're like, can I put it down? Well, am I not a part of this if I put my glass down and then
My buddy started saying this thing. He said it, but I've been saying this a lot lately, just to accent sentences. I would be saying bong bong.
Yeah.
I don't know, like bong bong. And
I love that.
I think it's just like, and that's it.
Maybe we just start saying
it is
Susu
what it
Studio.
is. It is what it is.
Susu Studio.
Bong bong.
I love you, Sal.
I love you, man.
Sal Vulcano for tour dates. .com?
Yes, SalVulcanoComedy.com.
Comedy.com.
Like tons of dates between now and the end of July.
And now I'm going to do a few.
Oh, yes!
I can't
yes!
wait. I
I'm
can't
so psyched.
fucking wait.
We're
man.
going to do Portland, Seattle, and Vancouver July 20, 21, and 22.
I can't fucking
And I got
wait.
my first Vegas on July 15th.
Saw
so
that,
that's
man.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I wanted to do well with that. But
You're a beast. Proud of you. I love you.
thank you, brother.
And Hey Babe
Oh, yeah.
and Taste Buds, your two killer podcasts.
Those are they're on Spotify, iTunes, and then on YouTube, subscribe at the No Press channel.
And new Joker season just dropped.
Yes, starts June 16th, and we're
My
filming
birthday.
10 now.
I'll be 40 that day. What a great birthday
your
present.
Your 40's coming up?
Yeah,
No
on June
shit,
16th.
dude.
You got a lot going on. Hey Babe is they're both killer podcasts. I've never seen my fiance Amanda
Oh, right,
laugh
yeah.
more ever. I make her laugh a good amount. I've never seen her cry laughing than she has to where she bought merch the other day from the Tupperware moment.
yeah.
And dude, it's arguably one of the best comedy clips out there because of the timing, the bewilderment on Chrissy D's
It went
face.
viral on like TikTok or whatever.
Oh, and it's going to be one of those things where it comes back. It's just going to there's going to be someone's going to find it with a big account, fucking, Ed Helms or fucking Tony Robbins is going to find it and put it back out there. It's unbelievable.
Thanks, man.
And that's that's just a testament to like the your gift of gab and the gift of silly, dude.
Ah, man, you're so nice.
I love you.
Whenever I see you and I leave, I feel better about myself.
Good.
You're a good dude.
I love you.
And you're great, Ari, too. I don't know much about you, but you're a real nice presence to the right.
You added a lot
Thanks.
today.
I don't know if you meant it, but I'm gonna pretend.
He
like
did,
you
genuine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
you seem
the,
like a
I'm
swell
the best
guy.
there is.
What do we
Thank
think
you.
about Ari's stash though?
Great.
Oh, I'm so into stashes now.
Yeah, I think it's here to stay.
I want to do only a
Fu
stash
Manchu?
for the first time out,
You
just a
should.
stash. But I had to lose about a couple 100 pounds first.
No
I
way,
think the
dude.
stash
I think
actually makes you lose a couple 100 pounds. When you switch to the stash, you'll feel lighter.
You think so?
Yeah, you don't forget losing weight.
Because
just
once
do the
once
stash
you
and you'll
commit
same
and you look
thing.
in that mirror, it takes a few weeks for this to come back, and that's a few shameful weeks you're walking around.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
The stash is powerful.
You ever do just a stash?
Oh yeah, I did it in college. I grew a beard out my senior year for a play, and then I my buddy
I got to see you in
my
a
Persian
college
friend
stash.
Steve Bruchim had a Fila jumpsuit, of course. I put it on, and I had aviators that I bought from a gas station, and just so I could walk around the college campus in a Fila jumpsuit, aviators, and a stash. Nobody knew it was me. All the kids from my frat, I would walk by where pockets of kids were hanging out, and just be like, "You guys know where the closest places to find some titty and butt combos?" And they were just like, "No, man." Nobody knew it. And then I'd go, "Eric Cusin," and he'd go, "Hey Ray," and I was like, "What's up, guys?" And they're like, "What the fuck? Why do you have that? And where did you get that?"
That's awesome.
Yeah, dude. The stash is a
It's a lifelong dream. I'll have just a stash one day.
Ain't nothing to it but to do it.
Yeah. Oh, see, that's good.
who
Ronnie
said that?
Coleman.
That's it.
Ain't nothing to it but to do it.
That's it.
Ronnie Coleman, I stole that from him. But
Who?
Yeah. Ronnie Coleman, the Olympian, that giant black guy.
Oh.
Anyway.
Yeah, we
All
already
right, well,
drank.
credit to him.
I love you, Sal.
I love you, baby.
Thanks, bud. Zoa. Thanks, Rock. Guys, Adam Ray here for the About Last Night podcast. Hope you enjoyed that episode. It was a good one. A lot of laughs, a lot of tears, a lot of stuff to think about and chew on, huh? Because that's what life's all about, chewing on the good stuff. Nobody said that. Maybe Denzel did. Maybe Tom Hanks did. Maybe they said it together in Philadelphia. The point is, click subscribe right here on the ALN logo so you can get more episodes and stay up to date when new content drops. Highlights, animations, clips. It's all here for you, baby. I'll see you next time. Whoop, I don't know how to blink.